Warning: what you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. And welcome to another edition of the Senate. I am your host. Hold on a second here, Derek. Man, let me get everything here going how we want it to go. I am your host, Neil Hoyt, and I am joined, as always, by my brother from another mother, your other host, Derek Marshall. Derek, what's the story?
Hill. I am here, my brother. I am here and I'm well. What's going on with you, man? Talk to me.
I, I too am well. I can't complain. Life is good. No real struggle, no real stress. Some things are not 100%. We're trying out some new things today, though. For those of you that are watching, you can see that obviously I have a microphone, headphones. We can work on that next week. But also, just to let you all know, we are also on YouTube. We are streaming on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So if you want, you can see it here. You could go to the Senate podcast on YouTube. You can follow us, catch all our old episodes. We are there as well as we do live streams as well. So we will be live streaming on both platforms simultaneously every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 o'clock, starting at 7:45. So Derek, we had the nice dulcet sounds of G-Syndicate.
Fancy with microphone and stuff like that. Um, I am not yet on that level, but soon to come. Soon to come. Um, I was trying to kind of last out until the birthday. I didn't make it, so I had to cut the hair the weekend. But I preserved the beard, and I'm looking here now. As I look at the stream, I realize I seem to be graying a little bit. I didn't notice that much, but Justin is saying you can't hear me. Everybody hearing me by any chance? You hear?
Well, I can hear.
Yeah. I don't know what's up.
No, he can see. He can hear you now. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Cool. So yeah, man. I preserved the beard. I'm gonna take a little shave soon. The hair was bothering me a little bit. I say my aunt would say again a little bit more forehead to wash. So I decided to kind of deal with that and just make myself look presentable. I am out tonight in Knicks gear representing for the great old city of
Yes,
New York.
sir.
Big up the New York Knicks. We are 1-1 going back to Atlanta. We are intending to take that series. So big respect, shout out to the New York Knicks. Man, everybody that knows me knows I've been a New York Knicks fan a long time. So I am particularly good. I am feeling particularly good tonight, and I am ready to get into this review. As always, guys, check us out. Facebook, YouTube, especially now that you can stream at the same time. Everything at the Senate Podcast, except for IG, is the Senate Podcast 246. Check us out. Those of you who are listening here throughout the Caribbean and across the world and all other places, we are glad to have you. We are ready. We are here. So we can jump straight into it, right, Neil? Yeah. So once every now and again, we like to do a review of a fan submission. So we can get into that straight away, right? So the title of this one, it says, "My wife and I had an agreement to help put each other through school. Now that she's through, she's filing for divorce." So let me set it up again. My wife and I had an agreement to help put each other through school. Now that she's through, she's filing for divorce, right? That's the setup here right now. And this particular story I find interesting because I had an uncle who went through something very, very similar to this. So he wasn't married though. That was the only thing that was a little different. He just got kicked to the curb, but it wasn't a legal process that they had to go through. So I don't know if the graphic is on the screen.
All right, let me put it up there. You should be seeing it here
Yeah.
No.
Only a
Yeah,
couple of seconds behind you in the stream, so hopefully,
yeah, it's up there. It's up now.
good stuff. So you can just take a read through for those of you who don't want to be bothered to read it. I'll read it for you, right? So basically, what the title says: my wife and I both wanted to pursue careers that require advanced degrees. We came up with a plan for each of us to work full time while putting the other through school. For the past 5 years, I've worked to help put her through the last 2 years of her bachelor's degree and 3 years of law school. She's graduating in May. In this time, I've covered all of our expenses, rent, utilities, as well as payments to her loans. At the end of this semester, there will be about $75,000 worth of loans that I am co-signed for. When I excitedly spoke of how much better things will be once she graduates, she was very non-committal and kept saying, "We'll see," when I talked about applying for my program. Yeah, let me put it in the next one. Let me truck on and then we can come back, right?
The other graphic.
Yeah, let's get on screen too, right?
What graphic? You only sent me one today.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. But let me see if I can send you that quickly and you can get up on
Yeah.
screen. So it should be coming to you there now. So I'll read for those of you until you get it up. Yeah, it came through?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I just let me download it and I can set it up. Here we go. Here it
Right.
is.
So in the meantime, 2 weeks ago, I was served with divorce papers. I was completed by this. Now, I really want to get through all this, but I'm going to stop right there and backtrack just a little bit.
Yeah, you're on screen now.
Yeah. I yeah. Let me get through all this. Let me get through all this, and then we can come back. We can pick it down a little
Alright,
bit,
cool.
right? I know this may trigger a couple of the men. Normally, I don't trigger the men. I generally trigger the women, but
Oh dear. Oh dear.
fellas, sit tight and hang in there, right? So, let me get through this. When I asked her for an explanation, she simply replied that we'd been growing apart for a while and she needed to find her happiness. I found out this weekend that she met someone in school. He is the son of a named partner of a prominent law firm. She wants the student loan debt split 50-50 in the divorce. She is asking for no spousal support as she does not need it. When I responded that if she is going to be working as an attorney, that I would be filing for spousal support, she called me a bunch of emasculating names and said, "It's over, okay? You need to let me go and be happy for me." This poor guy. I've barely eaten or slept since this happened. I have a consultation with a divorce attorney on Wednesday. I just feel hopeless. She hasn't worked in 5 years. Is she free to just walk away and leave me with nothing? I know she has no income right now, but her earning will be significant in the future. Am I totally screwed? Yeah. That is what we are working with tonight. So let me go back. Let me go back to the beginning and let me come back.
Right.
So she says, it says, my wife and I both wanted to pursue careers that required advanced degrees. We came up with a plan for each of us to work full time while putting the other through school. Nothing wrong with that so far, right?
That is, that's all right.
Sounding good. Yeah. Sounds cool to me. For the past 5 years, I've worked to help put her through the last 2 years of her bachelor's degree and 3 years of law school. She's graduating in May. In this time, I've covered all of our expenses, rent, utilities, as well as payments to her loans. At the end of this semester, there will be about $75,000 worth of loans that I am co-signed for. All right. My challenge here at this point is why did we come to the decision for her to study first? Right? If the agreement was we both wanted to pursue careers. It's not to say that he didn't have an interest in pursuing a career that required an advanced degree,
Mm-hmm.
and we came up with a plan for each of us to work full time while putting the other through school,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, I don't know, maybe it's the cynic in me, but for me, um, I guess I am afraid to get got. Nobody wants to get got. So for me, my thinking would be, how about I go first? How about I go first? Or we work it out that you do a part time thing or something like that. But it seems to me like as if this guy has just kind of handed this situation to this
Mm-hmm.
lady, and now he's left holding the bag, and it's unfortunate. Um, as I said, I had an uncle who went through something very very similar. He put a lady through school, and then when she had graduated, she was like deuces, and she was out,
Mm-hmm.
and he was on the hook for the the loans, the expenses,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm just trying to figure out why they would come to the decision that she should be the person to study first. But I guess as men thinking, hey, you know, I I looking out for my girl, I providing. This is what men do, and we all live, well, not all live, but we always hear the expression "ladies
Mm-hmm.
first." So I can kind of get why he would go down this route,
Right, right, right.
right? Um, but you're gonna skip it forward to the other screenshot where he says, 2 weeks ago I was served with divorce papers. I was completely blindsided by this. All right. Now, hey Tanya, good to
Good night,
see you.
Tonya.
He's blindsided by the fact that now she wants to divorce. Now, the challenge here you have with with this
Right.
guy, and why I can't kind of remove all culpability from
Mm-hmm.
him or absolve him of all culpability because of what he said earlier. The paragraph right before that, on the first screenshot, when he says, when I excitedly spoke of how much better things will be once you graduate, she was very non committal and kept saying, we'll see, when I talked about applying for my program.
Mm-hmm.
See, Steve is in
Yeah,
the
good
house.
night,
Good night,
Steve.
Steve. Good to see you as always, buddy. Justin is saying she's his wife. I'm assuming that there was all love and trust. It's just an unfortunate situation to be saddled with a person who isn't decent. Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, it seems as if we generally find out about people, well, as in the immortal words of Earth and Fire, after
Love is
the love
gone.
is gone. Yeah. That's when we find out who people really are. Um, I'll tell you this. Nothing. We live in the age of receipts, right, guys? We live in the age of receipts. And I think it's important, as we say all the time, the screenshot is
Mm-hmm.
undefeated. And people remember things, but computers remember things even better, right? Write your stuff down, get it in black and white, because it is now a case of he said, she said. I know we got to kind of pick through the rubble to decipher who is saying what and who is actually in the right
Mm-hmm.
here. Because girlfriend, no, she leveled up, right? And we talk about hypergamy. Trust me, guys, hypergamy is real. It is a real thing, right? On, she met somebody in school, so she went to study.
Mm-hmm.
I met somebody who was studying. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Well, my guy, he is home funding this thing.
Funded the lifestyle.
Funding the like, sure, he funded the horns and the immortal words of the old people of Barbados. He literally make a road for monkey to run pun. You know what I mean? I know she wants to split the debt 50-50. You know, I everybody is saying that his sound is gone. Are you guys hearing me?
Can y'all hear? Y'all can hear us?
Okay, seems like somebody dropped out because they got a whole slew of messages just now.
Yeah. I know what happened there. But you know, we good.
Yeah.
Everybody can hear. If you can hear Derek, if you can hear me, just give me some ones. Shameless plug for ones.
Yeah, she must play for once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All
I got
right.
Justin here saying, judging from her actions, though, she was always this person. He ignored the signs. There was not even a conversation about any changes which occurred in her feelings toward him or their situation.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. She was both. And look, she leveled up. She found somebody that was a partner at a firm. What she's studying? Law. Girlfriend looking to skip some steps. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She looking to advance this train, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I ain't saying there's anything inherently wrong with that. Yo, I am seeing Kevin Taylor in the
Wait,
house.
the Sandman?
Sandman.
What?
Dre.
What's going on, Kevin?
Well.
Glad to
Big
see
up
you.
Sandman. Big
For everything
respect.
well.
Thanks for coming through. Cheryl in the house.
Cheryl on YouTube saying she joined on YouTube. Apparently she get back.
Good. That would teach you to learn to behave.
Decorum.
Right? But yeah. So for me, folks, you gotta see the signs. I will never forget, right? After I had separated, me and the wife had separated, and then the subsequent divorce and all that.
Mm-hmm.
There were so many people that came to me and said, "Man, I could have tell you so and so what's going on, you know," or I could have. Well, sorry, let me not say that because that could, depending on how you take that, that could be very misleading.
Right.
But they would say things like, "Man, I could have tell you that would happen," or I could have tell you she's so and so, she's this kind of person. And I'm certain that people would have told her the same thing about me. He's that kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We always get the information after the fact.
Yep.
People
Fact.
always come to us and give us all the inside scoop and the inside intel
After
the fact.
Fact.
Right? After you already gone down the road, you spend some money, you waste enough time. Sorry, let me not say waste time. That might be, I don't want to be misconstrued either. After you invested time, energy, and money, right? And then the return on the investment does not match the investment. Or as I like to say, the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Yep, that's you.
Right? So shout out to I see Philip has joined us. Welcome, Philip.
Shout out,
Good to
Philip.
see you as always. So we always get the information after the fact. But I would like to posit here tonight that we tend to get the signs, as Justin said. We get the signs beforehand. You know what I mean? And because we in love, or as After Seven said in that song, we in lust. We fell in lust. You know, people make you feel woozy and stuff like that. And you say, you know what? It can't happen to me.
Hello.
This can't happen to me. You know what I mean? Nah, not so. I got this covered. And I am a firm believer in the fact that that's how men end up in so much problems in terms of fidelity and fighting off ladies and all that stuff. Because this is how we play it out. There's a lady, you say she works for you or somebody you know that is in your vicinity. And you interact with her often enough. You tell the girlfriend or the spouse, the wife, whoever about it. And she says to you, that little girl like you, you know, or that girl got a little bit for you.
For you.
Got something for you. And you as a man, you say, oh, nah, man, you make it sport. Ain't it so? And even if she got something for me, I got this under control. Until there's a noisy house and you go to that person for solace, this is why you should keep outside people out of your
Agreed,
business, out of your
agreed. I
personal
learned that the
business.
hard way.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and you next thing you know, you rest your head on a shoulder and a mouth on something
Mm-hmm.
else. And then whoops, bam, you talk about it was a
Oh
mistake.
shoot.
You know what I mean? So we kind of think, yeah, we got the situation under control. So there's certain red flags, certain key indicators we ignore because we figure this ain't gonna happen to
Mm-hmm.
me. I got it under control. So this dude that we talking about here, poor guy, he's now, yeah, she wants the debt split 50-50, and she's not even asking for spousal support
Mm.
because she wouldn't need it. I mean, she's a lawyer. Her current partner is a lawyer, and as a named partner at a
Mm-hmm.
firm. She good.
Yep.
She covered. She doesn't need his spousal support, right? Plus, I guess girlfriend probably knows too. Well, shoot, what you can really do for me? She know how much debt he got. He got to afford to pay the spousal support. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So my man decides, you know what? You might not want it because you sick, but I know got bread for me. So I want spousal support.
Mm-hmm.
And her response to that, he says, was to call her a bunch of emasculating names. And she said, it's over, okay? You need to let me go and be happy for me.
Roughness.
And I'll give you two words to kind of encapsulate that entire statement that she made. You need to do what? Man up.
Man up.
You need to man
Mm-hmm.
up. Yeah? So Cheryl is saying that she's lost. So let me just backtrack quickly for those of you who are now joining
Mm-hmm.
us. The title, the review, the article says, my wife and I had an agreement to help put each other through school. Now that she's through, she's filing for divorce, right? So my wife and I both wanted to pursue the careers that required advanced degrees. We came up with a plan for each of us to work full time while putting the other through school. For the past 5 years, I've worked to help put her through the last 2 years of her bachelor's degree and 3 years of law school. She's graduating in May. In this time, I've covered all of our expenses, rent, utilities, as well as payments to her loans. Shoot, I didn't even see that. Do pay for her expenses too,
uh,
right? Good. At the end of this semester, there will be about $75,000 worth of loans that he is co-signed
mm-hmm.
for. Cool. Renee excitedly spoke of how much better things will be once she graduates. She was very non-committal and kept saying, we'll see. Renee talked about applying for my program. That's the first and hugest red flag. That's like a Chinese parade of red flags right there, right? 2 weeks ago, I was served with divorce papers. I was completely blindsided by this. When I asked for an explanation, she simply replied that we'd been growing apart for a while and she needed to find her happiness. I found out this weekend that she met someone in school. He is the son of a named partner of a prominent law firm. She wants the student loan debt split 50-50 in the divorce. She's asking for no spousal support as she does not need it. When I responded that if she's going to be working as an attorney, that I would be filing for spousal support, she called me a bunch of emasculating names and said, it's over, okay? You need to let me go and be happy for
No,
me.
no. You see, when I read this, I didn't know. Remember, you had sent me the first thing, right, about this whole um, situation, and I put broken agreements in the caption, in the title of this, and there are so many other things that could have come from it. I know that you've read the rest of it. There is commitment, there is expectation, there is being a decent person. There's so many things we could talk about within the context of a relationship. Shoot, even fidelity, there's coming back from stuff like this. There's a whole bunch of things we could talk about here, right? But within this context here, within this situation with this man or woman now, the unfortunate thing about it is that yes, they're married. Yes, she has found another man, and yes, she wants to move on. The unfortunate thing is there's nothing you can do about that. However, there was a commitment to put each other through school and consolidate finances to the point where it benefits both parties for going forward. And It's sad to say, right? Because I know some people, especially women, get upset when things like prenups come into play or you bring a certain contract between one another or stuff like that. But you have to kind of understand that in some instances, and you never expect these things. You never look into things and say, oh, she can do this or she can do that. You're in love. And it's
Yeah.
another thing that could come out of this too. If there's such a thing as unconditional love, and if there is such a thing as unconditional love, what does that look like? Anyhow, so to start, I would say my man should really try his best to find some legal recourse. The unfortunate thing is she has been educated to be a lawyer, so she knew she was doing from jump. But what it raises, I would say I don't know if you how you feel about it in terms of the other themes that come up in relationships and stuff like that. But one of them is commitment and what commitment looks like. How does commitment shape and what when
Stick a pin. I am seeing Lisa
yeah,
Topic in the
Lisa
chat.
Topic. Of
Hello, Lisa. Good to see you here. Happy to have you. It's great. Great to see you here. Awesome. And she says, in this day and age where selfishness is in an all-time high, he should have kept his eyes open. Amen.
But no,
and
no,
amen
no.
to
Hold on a
that.
minute. No. Read Kevin's comment first. And I will address Lisa because.
At least try to get her to pay her own financial loans, or at least half of
But here's my thing, right, Lisa? Yes, selfishness is an all-time high. Don't get me started on the selfishness, right? I mean, we all are guilty of it, and we are all not too quick to walk away. Don't let me say too quick to walk away, but the repair or the hardship, the adversity in relationships, we may not be necessarily able to deal with because we got our own crap to deal with as well. But keeping your eyes open in things, right? The unfortunate thing is, you can go in stuff with your eyes wide open. You can, I mean, if you're to the point of marriage, I don't know this dude, I don't know his situation or whatever, but if you go into a situation, if I go into a situation and I'm married, I would have vetted this person on a level to say that certain things will or will not happen. Certain things just, as far as I concerned, ain't gonna happen. So if something like this plays out, it is going to blindside you. And it's not that I didn't have my eyes open because I know they say don't put anything past anyone, right? But you still got kind of human beings do unexpected things. Human beings do things out of character, especially if you start to say there was another man involved and stuff like that. The other man probably played a significant part in it. The man's probably in the same legal thing and whatever, the hypergamy, whatever you could say. The point is, my woman decides she's gonna go with the other dude, and she is going to say, she said, let me go and be happy, meaning that, I am committed to me first and then my marriage next, right? When there's nothing wrong committing to yourself, but if committing to yourself involves breaking up your marriage to go with someone else, then that could be kind of tricky, right? And then when she says things like, shoot, let me go, it's over, that means she is gone, she is done. And listen to me, fellas. Fellas, I'm going to say this to fellas now. Men that are watching this live stream, when a woman is done, she is done. You understand me?
Yep.
A man may be swayed here and there. A man might, depending on the level of commitment, whatever. But when a woman is done, let me tell you, from one man to several men watching, she done, done, done. I know that is almost a theme of my life. When a woman done, she done. And it's fine. It sucks. It sucks that she found somebody else. It sucks that he has his commitments and debt that he has to pay and stuff. But other than a legal recourse to recoup the money and to ensure that he is not left holding the bag, being in debt, being in the red, he got kind of take it on the chin. It's a sad reality to say. It is. I'm not saying to man up. He obviously got to seek therapy. He obviously got to find some healing, some recourse for himself to get past this. But it is just like this, right? Like we talk about this all the time on this show, right? Relationships are hard work. People make mistakes. There's going to be infidelity, because
This is all a mistake, so.
well,
The only thing girlfriend here was missing.
no. I ain't talking about this girl. This is premeditated, right? This my girl premeditated. Like
Just
Yeah,
so we
yeah, yeah.
clear.
Let me think. But what I'm saying, because I'm going from the standpoint, like if one girl had come and said, look, you know what? I got involved with another dude. I made a mistake. Yeah, that done. I still committed to our marriage, right? Then I could understand you trying. It didn't work out. The woman saying she going, and then you in a space where you got to deal with all of this, right? I rambling, but forgive me. Once you are in a space where you're in a relationship and there is a level of commitment to that relationship. Granted, mistakes may happen. Granted, people will do some things. But if both of you are still committed to that relationship and to seeing the best of each other and bringing out the best of each other, there's nothing wrong with that. In this situation, as my dad said, gloves check, mask check.
Only thing missing is
I was just about
guns.
to say, the only thing missing here is the guns because out of good conscience. And again, I want to make it clear. Life happens, people change, things happen. But but
But
but
you know,
but
Neil, I see Justin making the point here. It doesn't ever work like that. Marriage doesn't magically make people do things out of their character, and I believe that firmly. I do not think it is clearly not outside of this chick's character to do something like
but that
that.
mean
But and that leads me to the comment that Sama is making here. Sometimes people don't take the proper time to vet people, asking
ah
the right questions, religious views, political views, sexual interests, etc. That is exactly what we talked about a couple episodes ago
yes.
when we talked about people just going to marriage counseling to essentially check it off the
Mm.
list. So when the marriage falls apart, people say, "But you didn't do counseling before when they get married." People say, "Yeah, we made
Girl, I
counseling,"
know what happened.
but have you know what happened? But did you constantly really drill down and get into the nitty gritty and the guts of the relationship to find out what is it that's really going
Mm.
on that would, what is underpinning that relationship that would make it kind of stand up against the hardships of a marriage? Shoot, is this even somebody you want to be married to? Can you deal with this person for, let me say,
The
50
rest of your
years?
life, which is a very interesting question, Derek. So this brings me to another point, right? So and I think as you get older, you learn your lessons, you vet a little more. Your scrutiny, your level of scrutiny and vetting process is going to be a lot more stringent, right? So you vetted the person, right? You've made sure that this person is the person, everything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
they make a mistake. They do something or they say something or they act in a way that you never expected, even though you would have covered that base before. Would you say that this is indicative of their character, or would you say that this is a situation where they made a mistake and you can kind of move past it? Like for example, let's say homegirl here, she did have the indiscretion with the other dude, right? But she was still willing to commit to the relationship. Now, obviously, the man never expected to get horn and then get horn after footing her educational bill financially,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, would you say that this is grounds for? Would you say that it speaks to her character, or would you really agree that it's a mistake and you would work through it?
Little mistakes here. Girlfriend here knew exactly what she was up to. Um, she moved on. She didn't. We say all the time, right? We talk about hypergamy here on this channel pretty often. We talk about women not dating down. They don't do it. Women go up, same level and up. I'd love to hear if the ladies agree with me or not, but the ladies know if they are at a certain level, them ain't going below that level. And she did exactly that. She went up. So interested that she went and she left him for, I don't want to be disparaging to anybody's livelihood or career or anything like that. So I'm not going to, she didn't believe in for my picking wills,
Mm.
right? She knew exactly what she was up to. So this is not a mistake. This is a I don't want to say character flaw, I'll say a character trait. Right? This is a character trait. Right? This is how she's going to operate. Because rest assured, if dude on the law firm, let me say something was happening with that firm, and they ended up going into bankruptcy or whatever. He lost a job. He get kicked off. He borrow whatever. Lisa could tell me was the procedure, um, what the terminology is for it. If that was to happen, she would leave him too. she would leave him to trust and believe. So something like this, I think we got to differentiate between mistakes, as you said, and character traits or character
Yes,
flaws,
exactly. Yes, 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 yes,
right?
yes.
And I really don't think that because it seemed, and then what she tried to do, um, we talk about the sign language, you know what I mean? She tried to shame him,
Mm-hmm.
she tried to guilt him, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Let me just, I don't want to tell lies on her, so let me make sure that I got what she says. It's over, okay? You need to let me go and be happy for
Yo,
me.
I what?
You know, you need to man
Listen,
up,
listen, listen, listen.
move
And here,
on.
I talked to the guys earlier about when a woman does, she done, right? But you see, women, no, I understand we are men. Men are supposed to be tough and take it on the chin, especially not vulnerable and stuff, right? But Kadir, if you get done with me, right, be considerate, though. Don't say it's over, okay? Just move on, okay? I found somebody else. Why don't you let me be happy? Don't do that. Don't, don't,
Let me scroll
don't do
back
that.
because somebody said it. I think it was Lisa when she
Yeah,
came
don't,
in.
don't be like that.
Let me
Because
see.
as much as we are a paragon of strength and silence, we still got feelings, you know.
Right. But I'm going to go back. In this day and age where selfishness is at an all time
Mm-hmm.
high, he should have kept his eyes open. I think that carries a little more weight than we want to think, right? Because we really need to start looking at marriage as this um, lovey-dovey, romantic uh, fairy tale. I think we got to kind of disabuse ourselves of that, kind of get away from that because women ain't marrying for that, you know. Women will love you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's saying not. Women will love you, but you need it, and there will be the yes, all right. We know there will be the occasions where a woman can love a man that ain't got nothing. We know this,
Mm-hmm.
and she will try she best to drag you up. But generally speaking, women want somebody that is going to. The classic way to put it, I want to know that I can carry this man to a function
Mm-hmm.
that I going to. You know what I mean? Sure. When you on the lookout, I want a woman that can carry. I used to always say I want a woman that can carry government house to meet the governor general, or we can go at my girl Gloria and get a fish and chips on a Friday night. And she able to operate in both environments. That's me. Women operating pretty much the same way. They want somebody that they could go in um, champers with. You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of recognize that is how that's just how women move. We as men we gotta understand that. We gotta understand that if you ain't got nothing, you don't you at the back of the line. You at the back of the line. So as Lisa said, you gotta kind of recognize this is what it is. This is how people move. And in the day and age of foodie calls, yes, foodie calls are a thing.
Oh my gosh.
So a man will call you up at 2 a.m. to get some. That's a booty
Mm-hmm.
call. But when a woman call you up, fellas, what you doing? I feel hungry. You get called. That's a foodie call for you, B. The woman wants some food. She want you to come back, right? As Lisa saying, keep your eyes open. Somebody said it. Lisa said again. Or we try to love the red flags out of people. He probably saw her traits and tried to ignore them. Yeah, you can't save nobody, bro.
Yo, that is not your job. Yo, men,
You
men,
ain't
men,
you ain't in that tax
men.
bucket. That therapist work. That
But
ain't you.
listen. This is to anybody that listening, but particularly men, right? Your job is not to save anyone. Let me say that again. Your job is not to save anyone. You may want to help people, and you may want to be a listening ear or be of some assistance to them in making their life journey around as the world goes around to be easier, but you cannot save anyone. That man, if he has to grow, if he has to change, he's gonna do it on his own. If she has to grow, if she has to change, she's gonna do that on her own in her own time. But you cannot force that change. You cannot help that person. You cannot save that person. You cannot shoot. I know my mom was saying, and you know it's so funny right there. Now I am a man where I have no problem in helping a woman financially, particularly a woman I'm dating. Obviously, it depends on the level of commitment that you have, right? So,
Yeah.
obviously, if we married,
So, you know how many days on this
we
level?
got a certain, we know of a certain man. We've heard stories of certain men that it don't matter. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carry on.
but what I'm saying, you're married, you decide, okay, babe, I can help you. I see that you're struggling with your finances or whatever in doing whatever you want to do. Let me help you start your business. Let me help you, get your education, whatever. And it has nothing to do with me wanting back something because the way I see it is that your success will be our success. Yeah, your success will be ours. If you're married, think about it there. If you're married, and I'm helping you to improve yourself, you are helping me to improve myself. There should be, don't let me say definitive, there should be only a level up for the level up. So it's like a foundation. If you and I are the pillars in the bottom, and I am strengthened, or you are strengthened, or we both are strengthened, then the foundation is propped up, the relationship is propped up better, right? So I have no problem in helping women, but you still, my mother always taught me, right? Never learn more than you can do without. So if you
Uh-huh.
know, if you know, right, that somebody's education is $75,000, and you say, you know what, babe, I ain't got it, but I can get loans to get it for you, and you do the math in your head, because everybody could do the math in their head, and you say you take out all these loans, but if this person decides to split, I mean, it's a worst case scenario, and you would say this person would never do it. But shoot, let me not even talk about the person split. The person can die. Let's say, because we are all going to die. So you can say this person is going to die, right? You have to look at what you're going to be shackled with. You got to be looking at what you can deal with. Let's say the person is unable to find work after they've gotten their education. Let's say the person becomes disabled. Let's say the person wants to change their field. The point is that if you know you can't handle that responsibility of paying back for that loan for that person's education, then don't do it. So I think that is what I think with Lisa now. When you say with your eyes open, I think that is more apt. That's how I take it to me with your eyes open because people will do people things. Some people you can see will not do certain things, and some people you may have a little red. I remember Derek say, got Chinese parade going on, and you just decide, let me join in. I like carnival, right? But you still have to be very careful in assessing risk and assessing your personal well-being within everything. Because yes, we can all run in a burning building for our spouse, but we'll be running the burning building if we know for sure that the level of success in saving this person is zero. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yes,
Yeah.
the movies and society has taught us that, you know what, babe, if the plane go, if the place burning, I can save you. I can run in and save you. But if you know, if firemen outside telling you, boss, we ain't going in there, so I don't know what you plan to do, then it is unfortunate, but it's nothing you can do. So with that dude, I appreciate him wanting to sacrifice a lot for the betterment of his spouse. Yes, they would have had an arrangement and agreement to both level up and help each other. But you gotta know, yo, if this person, worst case scenario, gets up and leave, the very worst case scenario, this person get up and said, "Oh, this shit, I'm out." You know what I
Deuces.
mean?
Yeah.
You gotta take that on the chin. You gotta deal with the person leaving, and you gotta deal with that collectors calling you for the money. So you
Yeah.
lonely, you bitter, and you're bright. So
The worst kind of friend.
yeah, boy.
Just say they say, I know of a marriage where when the pastor said for better or for worse, the bride would not repeat the for worse part. Groom was bothered but still went ahead. I would have left her there. Sama laughing. And I'll tell you right, I actually went to a wedding where when the priest went, the pastor where he goes and say, well, to honor or obey or something like that. And I watched the bride like struggling. Like the word obey was choking this chick, and I found it particularly hilarious. Sorry, the term I had for it is sadly hilarious.
I love that. Sadly hilarious. I love it. I love
Yeah,
that.
as oxymoronic
I
as
love
it
that.
gets, because it was simultaneously sad and hilarious to watch her choking on this and knowing that my guy was going into that situation.
Mm.
My heart bled for him a little bit. Justin also said, always heard, you can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot. You said it just now, Neil. You said you don't give away where you can't afford to lose. I've also heard don't bet where you can't afford to lose. And you know how you look at the whole market. It's like it's like betting half of your stuff that this body don't left you, right? And this poor guy, he bet half of his stuff and $75,000 in loans that she wouldn't leave. You know what I mean? And I am sorry, but there's too much stuff out there now for him not to have seen something like this coming.
Yeah. I mean, you know, so we all see flags, and some flags, as we said in the previous program, some flags you can say, you know what, I could deal with that. If that turns into a real issue, I could deal with that, or we can negotiate that, right? But then there's some things. I dated somebody one time, and lovely woman. Woman was an amazing woman, right? Amazing woman. I knew she was gonna make somebody a very happy wife, right? But I realized something in me just wasn't clicking, and there were things within her personality that made me say, "Can I deal with this for the rest of my life?" And ultimately, I had to tell myself, "No, I can't deal with this for the rest of my life." Right? It's not a big thing. The thing about it is, it was so, to somebody else, it would have been so insignificant and so trivial that it may be like, "That's you." But you gotta understand, people, there are certain things that grind people coffee, right? Grind people gears. And what she was doing used to grind my gears. Is she was not a bad person. She was for all intents and purposes, she was a perfect woman outside of this one issue. And for me, this one issue, it was, it made me kind of hesitate a lot. So, having said that, you just have to kind of be vigilant, but still maintain that don't put yourself in a situation where you give more and leave yourself emotionally bankrupt. No, that is another thing.
not even just emotionally.
Mama financially bankrupt, and it's easier. The thing about it is, I find that it's easier for people to give emotionally than it is financially, right? So like, we all want the love, we all want the nice feelings, we all want the happy vibes and stuff like that. So people would decide to be emotional, give their all emotionally, give their heart and soul. And I'm coming to learn that I have to figure out a way to, and I find a lot of people may have to do this too, to love, but love within the context of what you can give versus what you can't give. So you may pour yourself emotionally and your soul into somebody, and then they decide to up and leave, and it leaves you emotionally in the red. And that's happened to me several times. So it comes down to balance, it comes down to understanding, and it comes down to you making a business decision. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a business decision.
There
you
we
got
go. Yeah, let me just interrupt you a little
Go
bit
ahead,
here,
brother.
right? A business decision. Let us not forget, marriage at the end of the day is a contract. Marriage is a contract. Just as say you bet on a three-legged horse, right? Lisa, the lawyer in this here is saying it's a gamble, and he lost badly, right? I said it earlier in the show. People remember things. Computers remember things too. Notepads remember things better. Computers remember things even better. So write it down. Put it in black and white. The screenshot is undefeated. Find the screenshot. Do something, right, to ensure that you do not take the shaft after the love is gone, because you don't want that.
You really don't.
Because now he trying to pick up himself emotionally. You know this man done supporting him. You know this, right? Something had to go extremely right or wrong, depending on how you look at it, for this dude to decide, you know what, I can support or I am going to facilitate another woman's academic advancement or financial advancement, um, housing advancement. This dude ain't doing that again.
No, no.
So he got essentially take it on the chain and
Keep
move
it
on.
trucking. 'Cause-
And now, here's the fantastic thing about this, right? This is what you call now, like, the coup de grace.
Ooh.
Because he's $75,000 in debt, right? And you know what he gonna do now? He gonna hire a lawyer.
That's why I tell you, B. That's why I tell you this woman. The woman is literally the Joker in Batman. Batman. Dark Knight Rises. No, sorry, Dark Knight.
She ain't gonna hire
She ain't
him.
got higher than. She is the lawyer. That's what he's saying. The woman. So he got.
And if she ain't the lawyer, she's sexy one.
And my man got out more money now for that lawyer fee. And my home girl ain't gonna pay a cent.
So she started on all fronts. He going further in the hole. And she can probably take it, stretch it out, wrap here in some litigation, and then he can be $100,000 in the rate until he decides, you know what? I can just deal with this debt here, so and let it roll, you know. Lisa says when you're married or commit to each other, otherwise these annoyances become amplified.
You know, Derek. So I noticed we have some married people in the chat, women particularly. And you know, it's funny. We've had conversations with men. Well, let me speak for myself. I have had conversations with men that are married, and I know their struggle. And I would love to hear more from women that are married. But I know, obviously, you got your name attached, whatever. I don't know if these women would not mind. I don't even know how he would do it because, well, I guess I can ask Lisa because I know Lisa on a certain level. Well, I know Lisa more so than I know Tanisha and other people. But I would like to hear from women that are married, women that have been married now for a few years, children, commitments, everything like that. I really would love to hear what that experience is like from a woman's perspective because we know what it is from a man's perspective, right? We have, you've been married. We have friends that are married or have been married, and we hear their struggles, or rather, the good, the bad, and the indifferent within the marriage. I would love to hear from women more. I understand if y'all don't want to speak in this forum, but I would be, if you don't mind, if you would want to get in contact with me, whether via email, through the Senate, we got all the contact information there. I would like to hear. I ain't gonna pray your business, like I can get asked, thing, but I still would love to know if women in a marriage are having the same complaints and struggles as men are in the relationship, right? If because the adage, happy wife, happy life, or whatever. It would be interesting to hear if a woman really believes that. Shoot, if I happy, everything singing. If I not happy, everything they got. Or if it is a case where they're fine from their perspective that their husband is the one that demands a happy home to have a happy life. It's just interesting.
Lisa's advice is to let her go along, but harass her to pay. I would hope it wasn't his loan to bear or a joint loan. Hopefully, he was just guarantor and he can apply pressure to get her to pay some. Hopefully, we can only hope. Neka is in the chat.
Neka.
Good to see you, Neka. Yeah, Justin is saying it's sad that the woman who would actually deserve it from him will never get it. Yeah, that's generally how it goes. Cross is saying to Justin's comment, this is why more men commit suicide than women. Men commit more suicide because male mental and emotional support is severely lacking. Sadly, men are told to man up and suck it up, and it's so
Tanisha,
wrong.
Tanisha, I actually got some more to add to that, and is gonna deal with the system, fam. But tonight ain't the night for that.
Tonight
ain't the night for that.
Tonight ain't the night. We can get to that, but maybe we got another review.
Right.
Tonight, as I said, is fan submission night. Those of you who are now joining in, tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, we are the Senate Podcast. You can listen to us on YouTube, the Senate Podcast, and you can check us out on IG, the Senate Podcast 246. Go over there, give us a follow. You can check us out right here on Facebook, the Senate Podcast, and obviously you can send your email submissions to senateinsession@gmail.com, right? And Cross is saying that she is ready for that discussion.
Okay, well, Tanisha, I
hope
Tanisha, I would again, if you don't have any problem in Because what I would do is I would rather engage behind the scenes because I don't want you to feel like you in front of the camera and bombarded. Like, wait, hold on, too much of my business out there because it's Barbados and everybody know everybody, and
Yeah.
So we will work that out behind the scenes. But I really would love the perspective from women in marriages. So Derek,
Yeah, man. We got
right?
another one. So this one I'm actually gonna call this guy out
Oh,
because he sends me stuff all the time. So I'm gonna call him out. He's here often enough. This one's from Philip. Philip Burke, you got it on any
yes,
chance?
yes, sir. Got it here.
Good. So a man cheated on his wife, and the wife cheated back for revenge. Unfortunately, she got pregnant from another man who broke the family. Matured minds only, please. Yeah. Lisa is saying we could chat. Everyone's marriage is different and people are different. What I can say to you unmarried people is that marriage is hard work.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Lisa, if you could copy that and type it again in the chat for the people that ain't really sure. Cause ain't a better roses wants to say I do here. I eat the cake.
And I think that this is a nice segue to segue to this new one. Yeah, so again, guys, this one's from Philip Burke, a regular in the chat here in the Senate. A man cheated on his wife, and the wife cheated back for revenge. Unfortunately, she got pregnant for another man who broke the family. Mature minds only, please.
No, Derek.
Yes, sir.
I actually am going to go from a space of. This is what I mean by a competition, right? In this scenario, first things first, this scenario straight from the days of our lives, bold and beautiful. Well, it was another one, General Hospital. I don't even know these soap operas, right? But this is a scandal. This is whatever, right? Second, I would say, and I'm seeing it in the chat, both of them ruined the marriage. And here's why. The man went out, he had an indiscretion, right? The woman, instead of talking it out, seeking healing and therapy for it, decided the best course of action is to have revenge sex with somebody else.
Right.
And then, on top of that too, she is pregnant. Now, what it doesn't say, because this is another thing, as much as so she is pregnant, so she's obviously keeping it, because if the conversation now is she is leaving and the family is broken up, she unfortunately got pregnant, and they're not talking about getting an abortion or anything. She is keeping it. So now both of them are at fault. Ladies and gentlemen, a woman is if a woman carries a baby to term, I believe that is her choice, and therefore she has the
pro-choice.
Yep, she has the last say on if she delivers the child or not, which is interesting because a lot of people just be vexed at the baby father and call him a scumbag, when really and truly, you were also in the behavior. So I think both of them are at fault. I think that he was out of pocket for cheating. She was out of pocket for revenge hoarding. And then her decision to keep the child. That part is ambiguous because it don't say if she got an abortion, but the strain was too much or whatever. But the point is, tit for tat, it never sit well with me, right? I understand some people can't turn the other cheek, but you gotta find a way. And as Lisa just said, marriages are hard work. So if a man cheated and he told the woman, "Yo, babe, I cheated," or he was found out, she has to make a business decision to decide if she could deal with it.
It's a contract
or not. But the option cannot be to horn back. Then two rounds don't make a right. Two rounds don't make a right. So that's my take on it. I know how you see it, brother. This second one here. I know see the second one that you. I saw it. Hold on a minute. I want to say before. I don't know what you're gonna say next, but you sent me something just now, and I'm preparing it to cue it up. Right. I have seen this on the internet now for the past week, and I refused to think about it, to address it, to confront it. And you can come and send this here for me. No, you want to see me rant tonight?
We can talk about it.
All right.
We can talk about it. Okay. So most people are saying both of them are thing, Justin is saying we need more context. Context is always great. And Steve hits the nail on the head here. Both of them cheated, but her indiscretion is a permanent reminder. Now, as a man that has watched enough paternity court, I know you don't watch it, right? You would be amazed at how many times women come to court and say, he cheated, so I went and I cheat too, to get back at he. Or some have even been as ridiculous to say, I thought he was cheating, so I went and I cheat too, right? Um, Women, you can't win that. You can't ever win that, right? I was talking to a friend of mine today, and he made the point that, shoot, men can have 20 children. You can't tell, right? You won't know unless you claim them, right?
I made to laugh. I made to laugh.
Right? Just say, you won't know. But women, you have a very real, you have realities to deal with as soon as you get children, right? I saw a friend of mine in the gym not too long ago, and it was the first time I would have seen her since last year because, COVID and all that. And they saw her and she's pregnant, like very, very pregnant. And the last time I saw her, she was not pregnant, right? So these are very real realities. But yeah, I want it to be a little controversial. I'm not going to be with that one because my conscience won't allow me to go down the rabbit hole. So yes, both of them are. wait. Nick, here playing devil's advocate saying, or is it men can't take the horn generally? Oh dear.
Derek, I can respond or what to do?
Man.
Because as far as I understand, nobody can take a horn. This foolishness about men can't take a horn. Nobody can take a horn. If you, as a woman, feel you could take a horn more so than a man, then good for you. But we both can lose weight when we both get horn. That's all I gotta say about that.
I tell when already about the woman, the girl from the gym that she get a horn one time and she tell me, man, Derek, all I was doing was crying. I eat a slot. People tell me I fall weight. And all they could do is tell them I had gastro. So, everybody affects them differently.
Nah, Nika good, man.
I'm not gonna bite at
Nika good.
At Nika's suggestion. But let me get your next one on screen.
Jeez, on bread, man.
This one here might be. Yeah. So. I love this guy's shirt. I have to say it. I love this guy's shirt. But she cheated on him while they were together, got pregnant with someone else. Yet he still loves her and is ready to adopt the child as his own. I see Justin coming in with all caps. No.
Nope.
Now, before the ladies jump in and say, well, women has got to do this all the time, right? We are aware of this, right? We are aware that women has got to accept some outside children.
But watch it now, though. When you're done, I got the caveat to that because as much as as much as men, this happen all the time, we not advocating for that neither.
We aren't, right? So I'm gonna give my short answer to this.
Hell no. To the no.
Play it again, Derek. Play it again, Sam.
Not me.
Play it. Hell
no. To the no. Not me.
No, sir.
I can't do it. Do it. I know we would like to all think that we are that big and that we are that evolved, but here's the thing. Here's the question that I want to ask. But it's saying that he still loves her and he's ready to adopt the child as his own. Now again, I know you don't like to hear it, but as a man who's watched a lot of paternity court, this is something that I've also found true, right? A woman comes to paternity court and she says, she going down, ding dong, is this man, right? It's this man. The judge will ask, well, yeah, if we had anybody else, well, it was one other fella and we didn't use, okay, blah, 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 okay. Results come back. You are not the father.
Belly.
She break down crying. And the judge, right? The judge. In 99% of the cases, when the judge asks, what about the father of the child? Does he want to be a part of the father of this child's life? 99% of the time, the answer is no. The answer is no. So I am looking at this situation. I'm saying to myself, yeah, that dude don't want to be the father of this
Watch
child.
it now.
And this gentleman, this gentleman has on a shirt that says a dad that's gone. Gotta love the spelling of going.
Gone. Man's
G-O-N.
gone.
A dad that's gone.
Man
Step
gone.
up, I assume up is at the end of that, right? This, let me go the route of our Mark Antony in Julius Caesar. You know, when the conspirators got together to murder Caesar, and Brutus, he said he was going to talk first. And then after that, Mark Antony gave his speech, and several times throughout his speech, Mark Antony used a repetition of structure. He called them these honorable men. These honorable men. So I'm going to refer to this guy as this gentleman. This gentleman has decided that he's going to step up and he's going to fill the void. Right? This gentleman, right? I have to say, somebody's asking, how does the father feel about that?
What do you mind it?
Steve,
the father in there? Father out.
I am confident, Steve, that this dude, whoever the father is, he
does not care.
If he can find this other fella here to put on this jacket, he is good.
And I can even bet you to say that because that picture is up and because that caption is there, the man ain't got no interest in being there.
None.
Man has very little interest in being there because if a woman, if I took piece from another man woman and she got pregnant, I got on that, whether the man want on it or not, because it is my child. But this shows me, this so what, right? So I saw this, as I said, for the last week on social media, and I made a mistake to read the caption on one of them on Instagram, and the caption was, women were pretty much saying, yes, this is what a real man does. This is how men step to the plate, and we need more black men to be like this. And I was like, yo, because she cheated on him, was irresponsible enough to cheat on him without protection, more than likely, and she got pregnant. Obviously, you can't dig land and hide it. Right? You can't buy land and hide it. So she had to let the man know if you're pregnant and you're not the father. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that conversation. Because it had to go something like, so babe, what we gonna do? And the man was like, what we gonna do? So you love me or not? I don't know, right? Again, this is not saying that men shouldn't do it, but women just do it, because I cannot imagine a woman. I've heard these stories, but I can't imagine a woman having to deal. We've heard these stories about a man got another family up in St. George, and siblings meet him enemies in college and thing, right? In BCC and thing, right? That is wrong still, and a woman having to stay there. Again, the reason why it's different though, the reason why it's different, right, ladies and gentlemen, is because a woman would decide to stay once she doesn't see the proof, the constant reminder that he got other children. Hold tight with me now. A woman would know that another man got other children for another woman. Shoot, she may even know that the man is good there from time to time. But for part and parcel, the woman don't interact with his main family. They're in arguments. It ain't like the man just disrespect everybody and got all them under the same roof or whatever like that for a family reunion or Christmas or anything like that. far as the man concerned, he's been missing a couple hours or a couple days of the week. He's come back home and everything like normal. There's no reminder or anything that reminds you of the outside family. This woman here is pregnant, yo.
Still, still.
You are gonna see that stomach grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, and then the baby gonna come out, and then the baby gonna keep you out at night crying, want pampers, want milk, formula, doctor visits. For me, there's no right in these situations, man or woman. However, a woman can remove herself, or a man can keep his indiscretion away from the main girl. For example, I know of a woman that had a boyfriend at the time. They were committed, and he had an indiscretion with a woman, and she got pregnant. Over time, the woman accepted it, but it was not a part of their regular life. It was not a part of their day-to-day socializing. And eventually, as the child grew and grew and grew, and I guess he, you know, I don't know what he did behind the scenes to make it all good and hunky dory, but he made an indiscretion. He has a child, and slowly but surely, he integrated the child into the relationship, right? Over time, now, don't make it seem like this is 1 week and this is years. This is literally decades that this, that time passed now. But for the woman, she had a level of maturity and understanding and forgiveness in her heart. I don't know what the healing process was for them, and it wasn't a constant reminder for her. So she didn't have to raise the child. She didn't have to be up with the child. She didn't have to breastfeed the child. She didn't have to buy anything for the child. She didn't have to do anything for this child. As far as she concerned, in my head, every now and then he getting a babysit. Could be a random person child, could be his child, doesn't matter. He ain't bringing that home. This situation here, this man in it, yo. It's my in it. It's my in it, yo. This man, he's look.
For the hall, for the low hall.
18 years.
Here's the thing, right?
It is crazy to me.
Justin is saying that man did not come to the woman and tell her mother that child and that child is her responsibility. You know how cruel that man will be when that baby got him on that night. Here's the thing, Justin. That man ain't gonna be vexed. This guy is content. He is happy to step in and fill the void. Now, we talked about this earlier, right? You can't save nobody, right? You can't save nobody. And we gotta, let me make my main point. Derek Marshall, will be the last person to break down anybody for horny. Right?
Agreed. Neil Hoyt too. Agreed.
The
right.
last.
I second last.
Right?
Right.
The last. Right? Within the Barbadian context, within the Caribbean context, horny is the way of life. Right? It's just what we do. Show everybody here get horn or horny somebody as we speak. Right? Well, that's another
sure.
Right? The last. But if you're gonna do your horny, you gotta be responsible.
My God.
You got to be responsible. Do not let the two workups on a squeeze pooch put you in a situation like this. Because this is a hot, bubbling vat of mess.
I'll watch it now, Derek. Let me show you how much of a mess it is, right? Again, we said women have control. The last final say of pregnancy. The mere fact that this bitch is up means that the woman probably told at some point in their discussion, told the man in no uncertain terms, yeah, I bring this baby to term though. So abortion ain't an option. So you either get with it or get out of it.
But here's the thing, thing. This is not his responsibility. Now I know, and I know some people in the chat will be very quick to tell me that there have been women who have been home sitting down and a man come in and say, yeah, this my son, hold this. Take care of he. Right? And again, within the Caribbean context, within the Barbadian context, that happen more often than we would like to believe. Right? We also...
No, I laugh because I was thinking, You know, it'd be funny if the actual father of the child is who took the picture.
Nah, man, that would mess. That would be a
But hold on, given the
hot
context
mess.
of this meme, anything can happen. Any number could play there. Any number could
Yeah,
play there.
I really wouldn't be surprised. Justin is saying he ain't happy, he feeling good about being a hero until the licks come. You know what Tina Turner tell you? We don't need another hero. Yeah. And he got recognized too that ain't hero gently dead.
Wait, I had me vex. What?
He did not make it out. I was really
Real
upset
upset.
when they watched
Yes,
that in
sir.
cinema, you know what I mean? I wonder what these people peeping at Cross and Sam, man. What are they peeping at?
But watch it again, though, Derek. Watch it again, though. Another school of thought here for me is that this man, and this actually cycles back into the first story that we were talking about, right? This man setting up himself for if this really goes south, because this ain't gone south yet. But anytime, because you know, there's a special bond between a woman and a man that has had a child, right?
Yeah.
I will never ever deny that. Now, if it goes beyond that and rekindling thing, that's a different level of something. But I am saying that you would have to know that if this woman one day look at this man and the 10-year-old child and the father got his life together and decide, you know what, I needed to do right by you and I shouldn't have horn and this and that, the next and the third, and the woman decide, you know what, let us bring together the family. Me as the mother and you as the father, let's bring together our family. That man is in the lurch. That man is out to pasture.
Yeah.
And he literally, quite literally, can do nothing about, well, nothing legal about it. That man out to pasture. If that woman decided to take she child and bounce with the phrase, but this ain't your child though.
Yeah.
He goes,
As a matter of fact, even before we get there, when we talk about, now you mentioned that hobo in terms of disciplining and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The woman correctly said, but this ain't your son.
this ain't your son,
You
so
know,
don't put your hand on my child though.
Yeah, just hold it down. Lisa's asking, how are people still having unprotected sex outside things?
Listen,
You'd be
Lisa,
surprised.
I can talk my business here now, right? Forget outside people. I am a man that is so pro protection and pro condoms, right? That I don't understand how people have unprotected sex. Right? Like, obviously, I would have had to have unprotected sex once in my life,
Obviously.
right? But
Obviously.
that situation was one where it was.
Let me play my man.
I know you. I know who you're looking for. I know who you're looking for.
Speak beer if you up here. Speak beer if you up here.
No, sir. No, sir. Listen. Once I'm in a committed relationship, I remember I can talk to business a little bit. But Keisha looked at me a year and a half before she got pregnant. Woman tell me straight. In a year and a half, I stopped taking the pill, and we are about to have a child. So get yourself in order. And when that year passed, and she told me this is the last of the pill here, so get yourself together. We had that discussion, and there was a level of commitment where we wanted to have a family. But this whole we dating or we seeing where this could go to or whatever. We ain't even boyfriend or girlfriend. We just beer back. That don't make a lick of sense to me. I know people out there, right? Literally. I know one person, right? You know what? Don't let me say that. But people
don't talk about
people
this.
out there are wailing out. People out there are having unprotected sex from jump. I watched a video today from your man NTR, right? Where he was reviewing somebody was asking questions about stuff. And the man asked this woman, asking these women if you would let a man hit on the first date. Women was like, yeah, generally, yeah, you know, if the vibe is nice and everything like that. So okay, so you let them hit on the first date, yes. Would you let them hit raw on the first date? Yeah. They using the condoms? I literally listen, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand how flabbergasted I was as a 41-year-old man. That what? First things first, if I go out with a woman and she say, yeah, if the first night we go out and the woman say, yeah, you could get this here, I would say, okay. You got protection. Now I got no protection, but you can still run rope. Pardon? I want you to know that the best case scenario, the one of the best case scenarios coming out of unprotected sex with somebody that you don't know is a child here. That is
the best.
Let me tell you.
The best.
What I don't understand what's going on in today's age. The man.
Justin is saying it's sad because up to today we're eating food at a friend's restaurant. My reason that his daughter man harmed her with her best friend and got the friend pregnant. Friend is keeping the child and daughter is planning the shower. Drugs are bad. Let's read that again. Because what? Okay. It's sad because up to today we're eating the food at her friend's restaurant. My reason that his daughter man harmed her with her best friend and got her.
Hold on a minute. Justin, that's too many pronouns. Stop it. Too many. I can't follow that.
I try to pick it now. I try to decode
okay.
Something. His daughter, his daughter's man harmed her with her best friend.
Wait.
And the friend got pregnant.
His daughter's man harmed him.
Right.
Cool.
You get it? You're picking it up. Right, let me see who I got here. All right, great. So Lisa in the chat. Lisa and Nika are best friends. Lisa is my daughter, right? So, who we got here? Justin. Justin is Lisa's boyfriend. He puts a horn in her with Nika, who is Lisa's best friend. Nika gets pregnant. Decides she's keeping the child. Lisa, as Nika's best friend, decides, hey, you's my man, and you got Nika pregnant, but I am going to plan the shower for you.
Look.
Truth.
But you know why that is true though? Because you can't make that up.
You can't.
The energy you can put to make that up, you cannot make that up.
Truth is stranger than fiction. Truth is stranger.
So you want me to put what you just send me on screen?
I dropped that there too because people feel that we make it.
Well, you like you see like how Derek is anti-marriage, and I am pro-marriage. Derek is pro this way, I can put on the screen now, and I'm anti this. So you see that there? Derek is pro that there.
Scandalous.
Hold on a minute.
Scandalous.
Listen, boss man, unprotected sex. You know how far in the juggling we gotta get for me to beat with no fear?
This time the dreaded
what?
This,
my man,
right?
Not only that too, right? But my mother told me early out. My mother from the old school, right? My mother was in the days before AIDS and things. My mother tell me straight. Listen, I know STDs and whatever, right? At that time, it wasn't the technology that they have today. So it was like you had HIV, you would get AIDS, you were dead, right? Wow. My mother was like, you would have an STD, you were just dead. But a child for a woman that's an idiot, that is a different kettle of fish. Now, obviously, her stance has softened since, you know.
Just the same when the man said at her table and dropped that bomb. I didn't even know what to say. The man was sitting at the bar eating the food too. Let's tell you like man.
Stop the cow.
Lord
Look,
mercy. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Listen,
I
legitimately do not know.
Yeah, but back to this guy. You know, the interesting thing about this is that the happiest person in all this scenario is the baby daddy.
Yes, because he ain't come up. Look, this man has not come up with a loss yet. The man horn, man got sex, the man had unprotected sex. The man's gonna be a father, and he could decide to be there when he feel like being there or not. So he could actually come in the picture when he turns 18 and say, you know what? Yeah. I want to mend bridges and
let me see my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this dude
out to pasture.
I hope to see money as well. Time and investment.
Man, look, you talk about money, right? You talk about money, right? But the emotional bond. I think so. I watched one episode of Paternal Court with my mother. Because my mother, paternity court. Because my mother was both hit, right? And I was like, this bear jump. She said, no, watch an episode for you. It's be wild. So I watched an episode. I actually watched the first part, right? Where this man,
That's your best
the man had he had a child. The child he was raising his child 18 months, believing this child is his. And paternity court come out, the child's not his, whatever. And the man started to break down crying because look at the little girl is a cute little girl. Daddy's little girl always gravitated toward him and that kind of stuff. But the man said, I'm gonna love this child. This is, you know. So no, that's 18 months. Imagine at 15, the woman decide, thanks for the support, but again, and let he get the actual father to raise him. Like,
this is how you end up with homicides.
my mother asked me, I watched the episode and I'm like, nah, I'm not watching that. Ayo. My mother said, so how you will feel if Keisha tell you that the child is yours? I said, mommy, but we're not having this conversation. There's not a conversation to have. Because I don't know. I can't. Diana,
You can't fathom it.
as Choco said, I can't fathom it, but I just cannot. I don't know.
It's a bit much. It's a bit much to wrap your head around. And as Justice said, baby daddy reaping the sweets, he could turn up at graduation.
The man turn up at graduation, the man could drop, he could come on the birthdays, give a hug, dap him up, keep it pushing.
Yeah, I know Justice says that there was a situation where a guy did that. He legit turned up at graduation. He fell out, the youngster was going into secondary school. He turned up at graduation. But the mother, having not received any support from him at all before then, she decided to wash down this man in cuss outside of the venue where your graduation is being held. And she said straight, if you're coming, they're gonna burn down here with you and everybody in here.
Gangster.
So then it was a case where the people on the inside had to be like, yeah, no, you can't come in here because no, you're gonna be risking my life.
And and it ain't about this, it's about your children. So
yeah, it's about the children. We really about this life, you know. Justin is saying that man going to drink that bleach and point salt.
No, Justin, I'm drinking it straight.
With
No. I ain't drinking it with no ice, brother mine.
The Clorox,
that
man. A paternity court is the shiznit. Yes,
no, Kevin, don't encourage that, man. Don't encourage this man in this foolishness.
No, I'm quite serious.
I can't watch it. I can't do it.
You got to watch it.
No, I can't do it. So let me explain to you what. Okay, so I just gotta watch certain things in doses, right?
Right.
I find paternity court is one of those things that if I watch, it can carry me to a place where I don't really feel like being. Because it's be bad enough that we just watch some of these videos. Like today, I was watching the same NTR and the same video about the woman allowing men to hit on the first date, bareback. And it was like, legitimately, I could not understand it. I cannot imagine on the first date a woman telling me, yeah, you could get this here. Bareback too. I would say, I would pick up my, I would cut down my stumps, take up my back. Take up my back, I'll go home. Wait, hold on a minute. We got incoming. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, we got the flip side.
Hold on a minute. Let me cue she here.
This is the last one for the night, folks. Another fan submission.
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah. If you're on screen,
Yeah, we good. You good to go.
Got another one pregnant. If you want to leave, go ahead. And she says, no, I won't leave you. I will help you raise the child. Ladies. Ladies.
I cannot imagine any woman I know. I mean, when I say no, right, I talk about the ones I casually know in passing, know about, know personally. I do not know any woman that would see this here. I literally I don't know.
I'll tell you, right? There's a guy I know. He was going to school, right? His dad was taking him to school. he was in like fifth form, and he realized every morning on the way down, his dad would stop, pick up these two children, and they would roll and he would drop them off.
Oh dear.
The children would sit down in the car. They weren't really taught the way to interact or anything like that. And this was something that was happening from first form all the way through fifth form. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, in fifth form, the children had an exchange in the car. And that's when he discovered that he was talking to his sister. Right? And this is right here in Barbados. Right? Right here in Barbados.
Look.
Right? And it's funny because watching the chat here now, Jennifer Stoops alone. Justin says women don't even want to date men with kids. Dion says she's a saint. Justin says a saint. But Nick says that's an old-time woman, not a mother one at all. She also refutes Justice's claim that women don't want men to date with men with kids. I'll tell you though, Nick, that's not necessarily true. It depends on the age bracket of the woman. Tanisha saying I know someone who did just that, but there's a lot more to the story. A lot. They are happy now.
I actually know a story similar to that too, and what can I say here? I can say that it is not impossible. It all depends on the individual, right? If the individual truly loves the person and it was an I can't even say it with a straight face, but you know what? Some people are out there, got the patience of Job and got the forgiveness of Mother Teresa, right? I can tell you for a fact that ain't the hood. If you get pregnant for another man, you could, in a few years, I ain't telling you that I would not check in and see if you and the child good. But that is about it. I ain't helping you raise nothing. I ain't. And likewise, if I get another woman pregnant, if I have a woman and I get another woman pregnant,
you should expect
it done. Like no, right? Like I ain't come in under no guys or anything like that saying that we could work it out. I operating from the fact like as I pack my shit, I'll be saying, woman pregnant, I just packing my things and I can go and sleep. Well, but yeah,
Tanya dropped one here that got me beat bad, and I know a woman whose man's outside woman moved into the house because she had nowhere to live.
Wasting my time.
Truth is stranger than
wasting my time. I've heard those kind of stories too. Fiction. But if you feel, I'm out for, it's so funny, right? Can you see the reverse of that? Can you see or would have ever heard of a story where a man lets the outside man stay at him? So why are we letting why is that other situation a situation that can happen? Or unless the woman didn't know that the woman was the outside woman.
But she had to know.
I don't know, Trey. Wait.
Yeah.
What about now that we're talking about multiple partners, you want me to play that video that
yes.
You want to get it? You want to get it that?
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
This is the last.
Yeah, this is the last. Hold on a minute.
It's just right.
She has no problem of having more than
this
7
was
husbands.
Jennifer said this one to me. Jennifer, you said this one to me earlier today. Let me just go through some of these comments where you queued that up.
No, but okay. Let me start it over because I had queued up already. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Nick is saying it's typical in Barbados, what I just described, in terms of the guy meeting his children later on in life. Sure, my brother was on the show earlier a couple of weeks ago, and that was the second time that we've seen each other, right, face to face. The second time, and we were both. He's 30 something, and I'll be 41 on Saturday, right? So that's just how it goes. Justin, it is, and I can somewhat understand with regard to women not wanting to date men with kids. They don't want to deal with baby mama drama, and baby mama drama is a real thing.
Well, for most people.
For those of you who have it, I am blessed in that I don't have that.
Me too.
Yeah. Salma, I say honestly, this has been happening from the dawn of time. Trust and believe our parents and grandparents have many untold stories. Correct. Tanisha surely didn't want to go down Like how that meme makes it look. She left at first, then they reconciled, and after a whole lot of work, they decided to stay together. Yeah, that sounds that looks more realistic than what was on the meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. There, because Tom, you're gonna behave with that story. Don't be surprised that your uncle is actually your father.
Oh
Lord,
Lord, no. I actually know of a situation where the woman that was a woman was calling another woman an aunt all these years. The woman was like in her 40s until she found out that the woman that she was calling auntie was actually her mother. And her aunt was like probably 15 or 13 years older than her. So it's one of them sort of messed up situations.
Yes, Justin. Well, women from other islands bring other men in the house under the guise of brothers and cousins. Yes, this happened to another cousin of mine. Yep, it happens. You hear, but not all the time.
Stop the cat.
Is definitely a thing in other countries. Naked saying that I'm getting old and offering birthday greetings in advance. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate it. Funkle Kevin, correct. He's a father uncle. The house of women have son husbands. Listen, I have a close friend whose husband brought his outside child and outside woman to live with the wife. Our wife took in both of them. Wow.
I don't know. I don't like you understand. I don't know if it's the type of women I date or whatever, but I can never risk that. If the woman come to me and say, like, if I got outside woman and outside child, and they come to me and say, oh, we destitute, we can't pay we rent, whatever, we need a place to stay. I can say, well,
this city pays for you.
I can call around and see if
but this is not the place for you. I am so sorry. But this is the place. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me run that clip that we got there.
She has no problem of having more than 7 husbands.
Before we wrap up, right?
Alright, play now.
When it's time for making love, it depends on who I want. I'm the one who chooses where to sleep and make love. Because I build each and everyone a house. I visit whoever I want. And I satisfy their needs. There is no husband who has ever complained about anything. And none of them can dare try cheating on me. My superpowers can show it.
So I watched that video today, and I can.
Shout out Jennifer.
Yeah, Jennifer. She said that to us. And if y'all any fan submissions, we can try to do fan submissions every month, at least once a month. Yeah, probably like the last Thursday every month. We will do fan submissions on the Thursday, and just send it. You can send it to our email, Facebook. You can send it to wherever. You know how to find us at this point. But so a woman having multiple men, fine, sure. What's good for the goose, good for the gander, right? If you have the means and my lady says she buy houses for them, put them up, and she's gonna buy them when she want peace and who she feel like in the day. She's put on whatever flavor shirt she feel like putting on, and she will go for the man she want, right? I can ask you this though, and I can ask you chat. When y'all saw that visual just now of the woman sitting down there and all the men looking so passive and docile, drinking from that mug, what were your feelings on it?
Well, I love the fact that the video says a woman has 7 husbands. It did not say that she had 7 men.
7 husbands.
Yeah, 7 husbands. She did not have 7 men. I love that fact. Because there is a distinction to be made, right? Okay, I think I pulled up something else wrong. Okay, let me try again. Right, so I love the fact that they made the distinction between 7 husbands and 7 men. She got 7 husbands, but there are no men in sight. No men. No. All of those honorable men. More from my guy Mark Anthony again. All of those honorable men, they are sitting there looking like broken down shells of themselves. And it was sadly hilarious to watch, right? But thinking like a man, because she's saying she puts them up. She puts them up in houses and
Listen, I ain't got no problem being a Tuesday man to Beyonce here.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm glad you brought it up. Dion's talking about her superpowers. I wonder because she's saying that she has her superpowers and none of them would dare cheat on her, etc., etc. And I'm wondering if these honorable men, right? Because for me, this looks like the definition of what we call a homosexual. Right? This is the definition of a homosexual. These men are sleeping with this woman for room and board. These men, if we can go by what she's saying, if we take her at her word that these men not even dare to step out of the line and go with somebody else. Yeah, these are homosexuals. Right? She running things, and that's fine. You on boss up and do your thing, do you boo boo. But you already got a man here. Right? You're gonna get a little action and you keep it rolling. But speaking to a friend of mine, he was in Steve, the chat earlier tonight, my guy Steve. And we both agreed she might be on a rotation and not even realize that she is on one of those men's rosters, right? It's unlikely, given the fact how them fellas look. Them fellas, they look, they
Mela downtrodden.
The spirit well are truly broken, and they are in the departure lounge of life, right? That's how it looks to me, right? But Lord have mercy, she calls it her superpowers. Her superpowers.
She got that nookie, that sunshine, buddy.
She got that good.
The GOOD, so good you got to spell it with an extra O.
Correct, big up lady saw, right? And I would like to see is me, you, who else in here? We got Justin in here, Steve in here, Kevin in here. That's 5 of us, and the 5 of us in here on a rotation. Just waiting until whenever, let me pick a random lady, just see Dion's name at the top. We just wait till Dion says that she's ready to come around to any one of us. And I just say it on my little house that Dion might be keeping it cool.
I will tell you the truth, Derek. If Dion got billionaire money, if she got Oprah money,
well, that's different.
I have shoot.
That's different.
If Dion got Oprah money and buy me a Maserati and fly me to Dubai every other month, and they living in Sandy Lane,
I will be a
every Tuesday it is hers, and I will know my place.
You come across, I did the apron,
and that's it. Yep.
You know? Yeah, that's. But here's the thing, and I don't know because Cross is here making the point about culture and all that stuff.
Because I was actually thinking that she may be a chief or like a person that is in a prominent role in that culture.
Maybe it's the Westerner in me, but all they sharing one cup though.
Yeah, but hold on.
If I do rotation, treat me nice, organize me proper, right? Not that me, you, Sama, Justin, Steve, everybody, all we gotta share you see a cup. Nah, man.
But hold on a minute. You know the argument. The argument could be made for men in those sort of societies that got many women, right? Where a lot of women got to share the one pogo stick. The one sword,
okay.
right? Right. So I mean, the argument could be made like that, and that is more pervasive. That is more pervasive than polyandry.
And we appreciate
polyandry.
That. But to go the old, well, to use the thing, a key that can open many locks is a good key. A lock that's opened by many keys is not really a good lock. You know? So it's not the same.
I love it. Shout out Fresher Fit.
Yeah, double standards exist. That is what it is, right? Double standards exist. We can't get around it. It is what it is. And these honorable men.
But the man's shoulders forward though. Like
They made sure this
the
man-
funny thing about it is there was a video I watched last week. I'm so sorry that I didn't know that we was doing this, but it was actually the reverse of that, where a man, he was a chief in a village, and he had multiple women. So this white woman was actually, I think she became, anyhow. Point is, white woman was involved in terms of like she's the daughter of somebody, and I think the that man married her mother or something like that, and she came into that culture and she decided to bring cameras. So there's this village, there are multiple wives, multiple children, and the women are actually glad. Like they interview the women and say, "I am glad to have essentially a sister wife because you have someone to help." Divvy up all of the issues, all of the chores, all of the things, the rearing of the children, the looking after the children, the providing for the men of the village and everything like that, as well as somebody, a confidant to speak on in terms of, the issues that they go through as women in that context, right? So it's very interesting that for some women in those cultures, they literally, I mean, granted, it could be they don't know anything else, but these women don't have a problem. The man treats all of them well. He doesn't favor one more than the next, and even if he does favor one over the next, they kind of understand that, as you get older, new
It's a pecking
right
order.
now. I don't know how it works. I am not going to pretend to say I know how it works, but it works for them, right? Um, Maybe it can work for women as well. Is and we remember we keep promising that we're gonna do an episode on polygamy and that whole life, right? Because again, I can make an argument for it and I can make an argument against it. I will say when it comes to other people's culture, especially out near in the east, let them do their thing. One may argue, and then got seven.
That's why I preface what I said by saying maybe the Westerner in me, right? I think Dion made mention of that. Then she said I made a statement that wasn't
But
fair,
but
right? And I judge them, but yes, I am judging them by my Western.
they got 7 or 8 wives, but was still going to massacre a whole village and go to war. So, there's some more money, more problems. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Truth is stranger than fiction,
Fact.
guys. This is the stuff that we find on the internet. This is stuff that people send to us that they found on the internet. This stuff happens for
Yes,
real,
sir.
right? This stuff happens for real. Um, I think we're gonna keep tonight short. We had a couple marathon sessions
Yeah,
lately.
man.
Yeah, so we don't really want to overstay the welcome too often. We try to kind of get the sessions down to an hour and a half, but sometimes the conversation is so intriguing that we kind of spill over, right? So, guys, as always, you'll be watching the Senate Podcast. You can follow us, the Senate Podcast, here on Facebook, YouTube, and also the Senate Podcast 246 on IG. I see Fergie in the house.
Shout
Welcome,
out,
Fergie.
my man Greg.
I hope you haven't just come.
Oh dear. Like my man Cutting coming in late. Shout out Cutting. I see
Yeah.
Cutting. He's in through the back door. About 15 minutes. Yeah, well tonight too.
Wow. Tanya is saying she left Barbados, eventually went to live with one in the US and left the one here broken. He thought she was his fiancée. His what? His fiancée. Okay. That's interesting. You got somebody go give me that one, what that really means. Okay, good. Fergie was here early.
Okay.
Good, buddy.
Shout out Fergs. Yeah, I mean, just to echo what Derek's saying, from a technical standpoint, we're trying out some new things. As you can see, I got the mic, headphones. We're working on trying to get Derek a solution just like this as well to improve the quality. And also, too, the latency should be a little different now, a little more in sync. We have the YouTube on as well with the same as the Facebook. So, it doesn't have to just have the conversation on Facebook. You can chat on YouTube if that's more convenient for you. The chat is gonna always show up here on screen on the live. So it's just Cheryl. Cheryl says she feel like she on the island because she over there on YouTube by herself and she got kind of read here. But we're trying to make progress. We actually have another solution. I actually got to talk to you there off air about that. But we're hoping to sooner rather than later get into an actual live studio to do some live streaming. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. I had a conversation. Anyhow, thought that off air. We are hoping to do that sooner rather than later, and we will do that to supplement what we do here. This is kind of going to be our bread and butter, just in case things don't happen. So other than that, people, we thank you so very much for the engagement. We thank you so much. What I find so lovely about stuff like this there is that you get to see and hear people that you've not seen and heard for in decades.
Yeah,
Like my
yeah,
man,
yeah. It's
who I never, Nika, Tonya, Kevin, like a lot of classmates and people that were in our year, you haven't literally seen or heard from since you were at school. And now look what technology got us here, all coming together on various
yeah,
platforms.
man.
So I want to big up everybody for
It's
joining
awesome.
us. It's great to know people too, like Tanisha, even Karen. No, she ain't here tonight, but you know, it is just fascinating to get other perspectives and to see where people are. The married ladies in the group, if you see a message from me, it ain't nothing. I ain't sliding in your DMs. I literally trying to get your perspective on how that dynamic is going for y'all, and if you all feel comfortable enough, you all could come on the show and we will find a topic that we can discuss.
Yeah, man. It's great. Again, shout out to New York Knicks, man. We won one. Going forward to game 3. Yes, Lisa, we've been Syndicate for a long time. A
Long
very long
time.
time. Um, yeah, so yes, Tanisha, that is what we are here to
Yep.
do. We are here to give you the men's perspective. So we are trying to get that out. So don't come here asking me for no balance. Uh, there won't be a lot of balance. Neil will give you as much balance as we can get.
That's about it.
Um,
That's about it.
Don't expect a balance from me. I telling you how men is beat it.
Yeah.
Right? I always think, yes, keep man, bless your heart and the Knicks.
Yes.
Praise Jah. I have been waiting so long.
Almost as long as our friendship.
So long. Almost as long as our friendship. I've been waiting so long to be in the
Man, look,
playoffs.
Cheryl here booing the Knicks. Use the Celtics fan. Just
I leave her to the Knicks. I leave her to the Knicks. She gonna get a
yeah,
sweep.
that's the end of her.
Yes, it can be rough for the women in here, Tonya. It's
But-
going to
but-
be rough. I am going to, but I tell you all the time, I don't come to bullshit here. I can tell you straight up how men.
But hold on a minute. You know what I also realized too? Because, like Derek said, and we said it a few weeks ago, I think about a month now we've said it, that it can get rough from here on in. And that is because, and what I find about it is that even though we come from a space of saying things bluntly, a matter of factly, and even things that may trigger women, the point is that you can never come to us and say that we're talking BS. Like, I think wholly and solely why people keep coming back and people keep enjoying our conversations is because yes, we are funny and everything like that. We bring humor spin to things and our own personal anecdotes and everything like that. But in the end, we are talking foolishness. This is just how the world is from men. You understand?
And I'll tell you right, Neil, what I find, some like I say a lot of stuff, get some pushback, but then when I ask the gents to, hey, comment and drop a one if you agree with
Here
me,
once.
then you see
Here
the
once.
walls coming
Here
in.
once.
And then and then you get one or two ladies come in and say, but yeah, I find that it's like that for real. And that's when we realize, oh shoot, well, this is what it is. So when we start to really start
Cranking.
talking about, when we start talking about things like the patriarchy.
Oh my God. Like,
Yeah,
look,
we can talk about the
I know,
patriarchy.
no lie, right? The patriarchal system and how it really does not disenfranchise women as much as they think.
My man, look, man, stop tipping your hand.
I can't wait. I
Right.
cannot wait. Can't wait.
We can talk about the patriarchy, we can talk sex,
Polygamy.
we can talk all them things. So strap in, stay with us, bring along some friends, and just come and enjoy the discussion. We love coming. I see you, yeah, Cross. I see you. You. I know you have a particular set of circumstances going on, but I'd love to engage you on that particular topic.
Which topic is that?
The patriarchy.
Oh my God. Look, honestly speaking,
I see Andrea Springer in the chat.
Yeah,
Shout out
Springer.
Springs being very, very bad-minded, talking about I've been waiting long since when they had a
don't be like that,
hairline.
Andre. Don't make it personal. Don't
Yeah.
carry it there. It's all love. We're all family. But the thing is, Derek, and we can talk about this off air. I feel like one, the patriarchal discussion is gonna have to be multi parted, and I want to bring on some people.
Yeah. I
Right?
don't want us to have a back
No,
and
no.
forth, and then we kind of respond to the comments in the chat. I would prefer if we could have a real in-person almost discussion with somebody, whether we do it like this via the via Skype or whatever. Culture studies, gender studies, like feminist student or oh girl.
Listen, I can't believe that I can't believe that this is the forum that I really get to engage Tanisha Cross. She's a very fascinating person to me now.
Indeed,
right? I have only seen her obviously from afar, but very fascinating person.
I know I see my guy Justin, he's peeping, and I know Justin's ready for that discussion as
well.
So we are going to tackle the patriarchy and stuff like that. But we can get it together. I prefer for us to have that discussion. Mm-hmm. So one more time, guys, this has been the Senate Podcast. It's great as always to be here to have this discussion. And I'm thinking since we brought it up, yes, third wave feminism, we can talk these things.
I love it.
Before we get there, you know, again, encourage your friends to come through. Bring your friends. They find you fascinating, Neil. Let me have the discussion.
Thank you. I hope that is, complimentary. But yeah.
Next week we can have the discussion. I think we can talk about some polygamy, polyandry next week. And then I have the question here that I think we should really love to pick down. Why do men have such a nonchalant attitude towards cheating?
Why do say again? Why do men?
Why do men have such a nonchalant attitude towards cheating?
I love that one. I love it. That I want everybody to know that this is the first time I'm hearing this topic. So when you see my reaction is genuine, and I can't wait to discuss it because something's bubbling in my head.
So we can talk all of that next week, right? So tune in, bring your friends, get your wine, get your snacks, be ready. Everybody, this is the Senate Podcast. You can find us on the Senate Podcast Facebook, YouTube, the Senate Podcast 246 on IG. And of course, you can send your submissions to senateinsession@gmail.com. Or you can continue doing as you normally do and just send me them on WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger or anything like that, IG. I don't mind. Be the best version of you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace and love, everybody. Stay safe.